It's time to talk about the originals! Woo-hoo! Okay, so the originals is back and I'm super excited if you can't tell already. Elijah and Elijah and Elijah and Elijah. Okay, so there may have been other people in this episode, but I was just so darn excited to see Elijah. I don't think I'd realized, how much I missed him. Okay. Elijah love aside, though, this episode was really good. So the bulk of the episode centered around Davina, and really on Klaus's attempt to control her. We get, after the last episode, which feels like it was forever ago, that she found out that the witch elders were dead and that she was safe, and she felt really betrayed because no one had told her that. Specifically, Marcel hadn't told her that. So she goes to Cammy, and at the beginning of the episode, we see her breaking Klaus's compulsion over Cammy, which was kind of epic and looked really, really painful. By this point, too, the witches realize that Davina is on the run, and of course, they want to find her because they need to kind of complete their whole, harvest ritual or whatever it was called. And so Sophie is really on the hunt for her, and also for the body of this dead witch named Celeste. Now, we remember Celeste because Elijah was in love with her at one point. We saw some flashbacks when he was, poisoned by Klaus and he was in the cabin with Haley. And Sophie really wants to find her body so she can absorb her magic. But by the end of the episode, we get that may not necessarily be a good thing. And so, yeah, I'm kind of excited to see where this goes. What's gonna happen? Is it gonna bring Celeste back? Or is she gonna kind of possess Sophie and make Sophie evil? Or I just don't know what's gonna happen. So I'm kind of excited to see where that kind of aspect of the story goes. Klaus was really brutal in this episode because he wants to bring Davina back. He wants to control her. And so he kidnaps her little fiddler friend. I think his name was Tim, because he knows that she's gonna come to rescue him. And when she gets there, man, she is she's pissed and she is just breaking bones and blood is spurting everywhere. I mean, it was kind of crazy. But Klaus does his underhanded Klaus kind of thing. And by the end of the episode, poor Tim is dead. And you almost get a little bit of remorse from Klaus even. Once Elijah, Rebecca, and pretty much everyone else tells him that he's an idiot for what he did, you get this moment where he kind of almost looks a little bit sorry, which is really kind of a first for Klaus. Now, the name of this episode was called Casket Girls, and you get a lot of that had to do with Rebecca and with something that happened in the past, and it was almost like a little bit of girl power this episode was. And she kept with the whole us girls have to stick together thing. And by the end of the episode, it really seems like Rebecca has gotten to the place where she's really gonna stand up to her brother. She's pretty much done. I think she's hit her wall. The camel's back is broken with the straw, whatever that saying is. And she goes into the garden and she starts to give Thierry some blood and tries to get him to join her side. It seems like Rebecca's done and she's really gonna finally take a stand for herself. And I must say that I am really excited about that for her as a character, and I hope that it's real this time. I feel like in the past we've seen her kind of do that, but then kind of end up folding in the end, so this time does feel a little different, so fingers crossed. It was a good episode, and I was really excited to see this show come back. The Originals has just been so fantastic in its first season, and I really can't wait to kind of experience the second half of that goodness. Okay guys, so don't forget to check out my other Originals reviews, and also don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to tell me what you thought about this week's episode down in the comment section below. I will see you guys again soon. Bye.